Oh, what is up, my people? Okay, so today I had a really rough experience during my Leomord matches. I'm gonna get straight to the point. My win rate so far for Leomord this season is 40% out of 10 matches. Do I feel like I should have lost every match? Probably not, but here we are. So I want to go into depth as to how I lost, why we made so many mistakes, and my teammates in this match actually pinned the blame on me. Now at the end score, you're going to see why I think this is very false and very misleading, and why I do not think that is fair. Now, as you can see right off the bat, we do have some problems with the Lolita, who is missing her set. That could be the game's problem. I hear the game has been having some issues lately with this taking sets away from certain players sometimes, and I guess a tank could just maybe fall victim. I don't know. So here we are, starting right. Everyone's coming in except for Leslie. Leslie ends up being okay for about maybe the first 40 seconds, a minute maybe of the game. Now it doesn't seem like long, but that's some gold you're missing out on, man. So yeah, we have, I'm going to mid, right? The reason being, Aldous, I was first pick. My team, I had problems with these guys since the draft. So as you can see right here, Aldous is trying to fight Alucard. That's whatever. I'm trying to take the blue buff. Volley is not helping me whatsoever. I'm like, okay, do your own thing, dude. Whatever. Don't help me, even if I am. Let's say, even the roles will reverse. I'm supporting, and he's the actual player. He should be taking the blue either way. And he's coming in late. I have Retri. No one on my team had Retri. Someone has to have Retri because right, you need a new jungling role. I'm like, okay, it has to be me now. So here we are. But yeah, I had problems with these since the draft. I was the first pick. Now, I am thinking about making another video about how people should act in draft, as how it can affect the game play and all that other stuff. And yeah, so I'll probably be making that in the future, also with commentary, obviously, because I can't edit, terrible edits. But yeah, I had problems with these guys in the draft. They were more or less not very talkative. I think they said one thing. It was the Lolita, something about picking Natalia because it was open. I am not a Natalia player, as we all know. I'm an offlane main, past tank main, learning mages, so Natalia is definitely not in my realm. Now here we have, I'm taking the red buff, right? I'm like, well, you're under leveled, bro, but like I'm literally 2 levels basically, so I'm taking the red buff. I don't care what you say, you're not taking it. I don't trust you already, as weird as that sounds. And probably as un-team-like that is, I don't trust him. So yeah, the draft, no one talked, so I'm thinking, okay, is anyone gonna do anything? Now, right here, that was all this overextending. So he saw the Maya and said, oh look, a free kill, and went for it, not having the map awareness, and forgot that Alucard was still nearby and came at him. Same with Volley just here. He came, the Alucard saw him overextend and took advantage of that. Now I'm coming in. I'm like, okay, here we are. So I obviously took Volley's burden off of him. I said, okay, I'll take the lane over for a couple minutes. Do you expect to come back? Now, that was Yuzong. There's 2 bottom lane, unsurprisingly. And Cheng is down there. But she really didn't have anywhere to go. My mistake. The mid is very unpressuring. I'm taking the blue buff again. Volley didn't take it the first time, so I decided I'm gonna take it upon myself to take it. So here we are. So yeah. But yeah, the draft, problems everywhere. No one talked. I'm like, I was first pick. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll lock in my Leomord, even though I don't know what kind of game I'm getting myself into. And I'm like, whatever, right? So here we are. Now here you see Lolita overextending that kill, and sadly they didn't make the kill for that. So this is going to be a negative trade-off, no matter how it's seen upon. I mean, yeah, Alucard takes the turtle. That could have been technically my fault. I did not see that. So Leslie made the mistake right there. Saw the tank retreating and she decided to stay. It cost the tank her life. So not a very smart play. I'm in the bush. I'm waiting. Yeah, we're 0-4. We're down by 2k, almost 3k gold. I'm like, what can I do to change this game around? We gotta do something. Something's gotta change. All this is once again getting bullied by this Alucard. And since he does like 0 damage, Alucard is very aware and decides to take advantage of that. I am coming in, trying to get something done here. However, after I saw the Angela attack on, I'm like, nah, it's not worth it. Angela's a very scary character, and especially for heroes like Alucard who can just use the attack on. I see Lolita here, I'm like, okay, maybe I can do something here. Yuzong practically destroys me. That's to be expected, but yeah. So here was the first hint I was in for a rough time. All this, not the smartest play. He goes in for the Alucard, thinking he's gonna do some kind of damage. As you saw, he did like maybe 1/10 of his health. Nothing to brag home about, and he died for it. So that was honestly just a kill, some time wasted. It was some gold just given out for free. So that was my first hint that I was in for a horrible time in this match. If his previous plays weren't big ones enough. So here he is. He's trying to take my blue. Now I'm like, I could give him stacks, but at this point I'm like, nah, I need the buff. He doesn't need the buff. He hasn't done anything for me. He's probably just gonna die anyway, so I can just keep taking it. I don't feel like he needs it. Okay, so these two are right here. Volley is getting absolutely beat. Now, they're half buff right. I'm taking the 2v1. I'm like, okay. Now, here's the problem I have. Volley died. He definitely died. Lolita died, so we exchanged two kills for 2 kills. However, that's not the problem I have here. You see, the reason I'm uploading this video is because, not because they're bad teams, because I have tons of those, and so, whatever, right? The reason I'm uploading this is because in the end stats, you see that this game, these guys treated me like I was the reason we lost. Here you have them taking turtle, right? I'm doing what any offlaner should. I split push. I got the turret. I traded turtle for turret because these guys weren't doing anything about it. I'm like, okay, we got some kind of trade off of it, right? Well, the end score, the volley specifically, says I kill stealed, I cast, yet here he is. I'm not even near them. So Lolita gets a kill off on the Maya, that's fine and all, but he's out of position, which leads the Leslie to come at him. And yeah, that whole thing was a huge mess. Cost 3 lives for 1. And some could say it's a damage dealer, but honestly it was a horrible trade because A, our damage dealer died with theirs. We lost the mage, and essentially we lose the turret, which you're seeing right now as Alucard takes. So yeah, we got nothing out of that. Alucard is dangerous, and I'm already starting to lose that. Now here you have all this. He died. Honestly, you can't pin down him as much as how many mistakes he's making. I used volley there to bait the Alucard essentially, because I'm like, we gotta get rid of this guy. He's going 7. He's already got 7 kills. No one's stopping him. Someone's gotta do it. So here I am. Lolita was about to get that kill. I'm obviously gonna take that, right? Because 1, Leslie's ulti already ended, and 2, that guy has probably a decent amount of gold I can get, and I don't think a tank should be taking that gold, obviously. It should go someone who needs the gold, so I took it. Thanks, no. This is my mistake. I'm trying to push, right? I am very unaware. I see the Maya. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm dead. So yeah, 3v1s. That was my fault, of course. I wasn't paying attention as to where they could have been. Wasn't watching the map. I wasn't hearing for any particular sounds nearby. That was all me. However, you almost did see that I almost did take down the Maya with me, implying that I am able to take the damage and maybe kill someone if I'm to die with them. So that's a good sign in my opinion. Now I'm dead. I'm like, what do we do? My team is very oblivious to the map, so I'm not in, right? I'm barely coming in. These guys are, the enemy's already taken load at 9 minutes. That's how overfed they are. I'm like, okay. The only one who sees this is Lolita. However, she's very slow. All this was nearby at some point. Leslie was nearby at some point. They were not watching map. This is one crucial point every player should know by now. Map awareness. So here I am, I'm coming in. Lolita tried, she was almost dead. Leslie literally almost died from that. She out of position. And they easily got to her. So yeah, we're here. As you can see, we're practically surrounded. It's a 5v3 if you count volley. So yeah, volley deals massive damage. I finished them off technically. I mean, technically we did the same amount of damage. It was like half and half. Leslie out of position once again. Volley survives that. His rapid boot saved him. Oh no, magic shoes. Volley's fast, so I guess that's probably why he survived. So all this has taken it upon himself to try and finish off the Lord by himself, which normally is a good idea. However, the base is under attack and nothing. I mean, he did take out the Lord. I have to give him credit for that. But we lost 4 lives in exchange for maybe 3, and then all of us 4 if you think count. Yeah. So yeah, volley died under our tower by Maya. Can't blame him for that either. I see that Leslie is literally 2 levels under me. I'm like, there is no way I'm giving you the buff. Lolita is trying to start another fight yet again. However, everyone's already too far, so that was probably a big misconception on her part. She probably shouldn't have done that. She did, however, do something good right here. She baited them to her. Therefore, we could just take them out, and this is why I just come in and just completely knock them all out. Leslie was taken out. That wasn't really her fault. The tank couldn't really catch up to her. I mean, he could have done something. She could have done something for him, but I mean, what can you do against a Yuzong in his dragon mode? So, volley's here, as you noticed. We didn't need volley. So, essentially, he just gave the Alucard the tower for free. Lolita tried to stop him, but obviously she's too low health. So, in my opinion, volley was responsible for that tower, and he pretty much let it go. He came into the fight when it was already over, and at that point, most players should just go back and defend the remaining towers from any players who are split pushing. Like this, all this right here, he just split pushed that tower, which is a really good play. See how we just lost one of ours, so we gotta gain some lost ground. He is low health. He's running Purify, so maybe that's taking. And here's a good play. He lures them to us, and we're taking advantage of that. I'm like, how do we not take advantage of that? Took out the Angela because she could be a problem. I was very desperate at that point. I'm like, I'm gonna die, so I might as well just take someone out with me. Took out Maya, so it's fine. Now, Lolita uses her ulti. It was a big waste, but I guess it did lure out his jump, letting volley in for the kill. So that was a good play, I guess. Not really, because it took 2 ultis, and he only used 1 second skill. So now here's another problem. It's a 3v1. They're incomplete on the builds. And he's 2 levels higher than, 3 levels higher than Leslie and 2 levels higher than Volley, and 4 levels higher than both Leslie and Lolita as well. So that was honestly a terrible idea. I did tell him to back off, which they did like right after, but I mean, cost Leslie. Lolita did not back off, and that's why she's about to die right now. So yeah, she's dead. Now here's another problem. Volley came in to help her. Here's why I make another mistake. I came in to help them. That was a horrible idea, because as you can see, I was kind of already too late. It literally just, the Volley was practically there when I got here. So what was the point of coming in? I shouldn't have just helped them. I should have just left. just backed off. So yeah, we pretty much just gave Alucard 3 more kills. Really bad. At this point, there's really no coming back from this. All this is dead. The damage from Alucard at this point is just massive. Again, massive damage. What can you do? He's fed. He's overfed. There's nothing you can do. Lolita tries to make something happen here. However, Chang's multi does most of the damage, sure. Volley does deal a decent amount of damage. I'm like, okay, maybe we could do something here. So here I am, I'm coming in right. I'm like, okay, what can I do? I'm in. And I'm like, okay, we gotta clear some bots. Now, there's 2 of us, 3 of them. And one of them, well, all of them are pretty much, 2 of them actually are max level. So, I'm just thinking to myself, how do we defend this? We have, everyone is not max level except for me and Volley, who will be about another 20 seconds. So, I'm thinking to myself, what do we do? Our red buff's gone for sure. We're not getting that. There's no way we're getting that. They have control of the map, so it's a lost cause. Lolita is once again overextending. Not at this stage when we're losing. That was probably a really bad idea. We're way out of our base. Volley wasn't near us. I wasn't near them. I mean, you could say we traded Yuzong for Lolita and Angela, but yeah, when you see that they took Lord, once again it becomes another bad trade. All this stayed for way too long. He tried to overextend on the Chang, who outranged him, which killed him, obviously. So, using again, he's worried with that. I'm being toxic, I'm not gonna lie. Good game. I was being a bit annoyed. My scores, I'm like, nah. This ain't going nowhere. Now, I tried making something happen here. Volley gets the kill. Once again, he calls me kill stealer, so I don't see how I'm a kill stealer. I'm not doing anything. I'm literally just getting the kills I need to. Now, here's where I make my mistake, my final mistake. We're here, right? We're just defending. We have a Lord coming at us. It's a 3v3, but the other 2 are very far behind. So I'm like, what do we do? By the way, Lolita's ulti right there. Chang doesn't have Purify. It didn't hit because Lolita missed. She flickered too late from her ulti. I don't know how you can do that, but she did. So yeah, all this gets a kill on the Chang. However, the stun from Yuzong, that's gonna get him killed. So yeah, obviously I'm obviously not gonna try and help all this stuff. I have no reason to, and that was technically my mistake. I tried to help him. I just said I didn't have a reason to, but of course my morality said I gotta help him. Unaware to the bots in the bottom lane. So that cost us the game. Were we gonna lose anyway? Yeah, absolutely. There was no way we were gonna win that. These scores mean a lot to me because they show what kind of stuff I went through just now. So I was called by Volley a kill stealer, and by Leslie, she said I kept taking her red, because I don't know, because I was just rude. Well, I already justified why, and they called me useless and all this other stuff during the game, and I called them the same thing back because I obviously felt that wasn't true. That was very unfair of them to call me that, and I think this proves it. These kinds of scores, they're not given to anyone, right? 33% damage is basically the same as Volley. In my vision, that implies that half of the kills could have gone to either him or me. And when you think about it, half the kills he wasn't in the same fights I was. I of course had the most team fight, because what are you gonna do? Hero damage, again me. Damage taken, I tied with the tank. That's not good. That's not good. Especially when the tank has 10 deaths and I have 4. Meaning her job was basically go in and die. Not good. Turret damage, basically all of it was me. I mean, some could argue Leslie did some as well, but she literally did less than half compared to what I did. So yeah, overall bad game. Don't play like these players. These players set a low bar, and they should set a high example though to those who want to improve. Do not play like these players. These players tacked it onto me because I obviously called them on their mistakes. But look, you don't play like this. Never want to play like this. Tank was too aggressive for her obvious class. It's not wrong to be aggressive as a tank. It's not wrong. However, if you saw in half those situations, she didn't have help, right? So I don't understand why she would do that. Leslie, the AFK maybe didn't do too much, sure, but I mean, in my eyes, it showed a lot, and she wasn't very useful either way. And well, obviously, when she didn't get the red, Aldous took it. So I mean, would she have ever gotten the red either way? No, not really. Aldous probably would have taken advantage of it, just taking it from her. And he did, as you can tell, even worse than she did. Feeding the whole time. Volley got good. Initially, though, he was playing really badly. He only got good because, as you can see from the time, 17 minutes. I pulled him through all that, or at least tried to get him there. But yeah, nothing else needs to be said here. This is epic rank. Stuff happens, man. And I just hope people do their research on the meta. That's about all I gotta say. People gotta improve. People gotta reflect on their mistakes, and I do too, because obviously I made a couple. But yeah, not fun. It's not fun to carry a game and still lose. Never fun. That's it. Have a good day. Laters.